welcome to my YouTube channel. I really hope you're enjoying all the content, all the meditations and information that I'm putting out there. And if you are, please don't forget to subscribe. It would be great to see more of you, and do share with anyone that you think might benefit from a meditation or a little bit of inspiration. So today I'm going to talk to you about the law of attraction and my relationship with the law of attraction, and how I have grown and developed with this law. Because I have been using law of attraction principles for many years. So I just thought I would share the story with you. So I first was introduced with the law of attraction principles. I think the first time I heard it was on a course that I attended. I think it was around the time that Anthony Robbins kind of started out doing his big, was back in like the 90s, and he was really big at creating the life that you wanted. And the kind of principles that was kind of go not just by him, but by lots of people, from what I'm remembering, but this is the essence of it anyway. It doesn't matter, because I found the Anthony Robbins, just digressing a bit, I did the Anthony Robbins Power Within course. It was a weekend. Oh my goodness me, it was so powerful, and I actually walked on fire, and I felt like I could do anything that I wanted to when I did his course. It was really interesting. So if you can get a chance to do it, I would thoroughly recommend it. And yeah, walking on hot coals was amazing. And of course there was loads of people. It was you get into a really good state, and it was incredible. And I really did feel like I could do anything after that. And so, but that was a long time ago now, back right 2000, I think. And so, and also, I'm sure you've listened to Esther and Jerry Hicks and Abraham, and the kind of that whole law of attraction. But to begin with, it was kind of like, what I got out of it was, to begin with, it was like literally all you needed to do was to think about what you wanted in your life, and it would kind of fall out of the sky. It was that easy. And I remember working for the Prudential at the time, and I wanted a Mazda Sport red car at the time, and I just kept visualizing like this car turn up, and yeah, and I applied the principles then, but I never got the red, Mazda, the little sporty one. I was never manifested that. And it's really interesting to notice what I have manifested over the years versus what I haven't. And that little red sports car was definitely one thing I didn't manifest. And the other thing that I didn't manifest as well, that I wanted to manifest, was an Audi TT. So it's really interesting on how impractical those tools were for me at the time, because not the tools. Well, the tools were a little impractical because they didn't explain what we know now, but we obviously didn't have access to that knowledge then, or I wasn't in the listening for it. But what was impractical was the car. That's what I meant to say. I just wasn't meant to get like the red little sports car that was a two-person, because I had two daughters, and I wasn't supposed to get the Audi TT, because again, it's a sports car. And what was that about that I wanted to manifest that? Now, I have manifested, and we have manifested as a couple, very magically, a BMW, which is exactly the car we wanted. And it gave us all that we wanted, which was, it was sporty, but it was more comfortable and more luxurious, and we want to do a lot of road trips. So that was a very magical story of how that unfolded, and I'll come on to that story in a bit, because it's really quite interesting, and I just love that whole process of the magic to do with law of attraction. So in the early days, it was like you think it and it comes, and I really didn't kind of I really didn't kind of get that. Now I'm going to back up. So when I was younger, and I've never shared this before. So this is like, I've never shared this before. I've never even shared this with my husband. I've never shared it with anyone. So I'm going to share it with you right now. And that is when I was young and a teenager, when I was a teenager, I just, and so this is like a whole question on, is this the manifestation process, or was this just me with nothing in the way and I was just tuning into the frequency? And I'm going to talk about my health, because it was this when I first realized that about the law of attraction and how it works. And it got me thinking, and even kind of doing this like video gets me thinking about this. So I used to, like, I had a few like health stuff come up, but I literally thought it. So like I thought about tonsillitis and a sore throat, and I would get tonsillitis and a sore throat. I I thought about having my appendix out, and then my body reacted and I had to have my appendix out. I got glandular fever. Um, I didn't want to do PE, and I fell off my bike and got a hairline fracture, so I didn't have to do PE. So there was these like little things when I was younger that, as I say, did I manifest them, or was I just tuning in that that was going to happen? Because of course the other question, and this will be for another video, is does are we is everything mapped out? Has it already happened and we're just catching up? So we're just linking into the frequency of that future happenings, or is it that we are in control of it? And I don't believe that we are fully in control, but I do believe in the principle of the law of attraction, that our thoughts is then what we attract into our life. So I do believe that. And I do believe in what I've read about and what I've tried myself in the law of attraction. And Wayne Dyer introduced this principle, and he probably did it years ago, years and years and years ago, before even I started looking into it in the 90s. But his CD really helped me, and that was really powerful. And I remember doing his manifesting sounds uh, 30 years ago, 28 years ago, and they really made a difference. So that was a Wayne Dyer technique, manifesting, and you chant and you also do another sound which I can't remember now, but it doesn't matter. There's another one. So and oh my goodness, it's gone. It doesn't matter. But his meditations, and so you would then think about, and this is where I was introduced to the feeling. So he would say, feel. So think about how you would feel if this thing turned up in your life. So and I think this is the game changer, and that is feeling what you want to attract in your life. And this is now being talked about a lot. And Wayne Dyer talked about this so many years ago. And so it was like you were chanting what you wanted to achieve, what you wanted in your life, and you would do it in the morning on the Om, and then in the evening you would chant something different for what you were grateful for and what turned up in your life. And that was really powerful. And funny enough, I was looking for that. I think it's called Meditations for Manifestation, so it's well worth a look up. And yeah, that was a big game changer for me for law of attraction. So I knew something was missing when it was just kind of like, do you remember that? When this kind of whole manifestation law of attraction started, it's like, just think it and it will come. We didn't have to get into any action, so to speak. It was just literally as easy as that. But of course, as we know, it's not. And there is more to it. And so, yes, it's about feeling it, and yes, using meditation techniques. And I love Ho'oponopono as well. That's a really another good technique that I've used over the years. not just for manifesting, but for clearing, because the principle of Ho'oponopono, which is the ancient Hawaiian technique, is that we attract everything into our life. Every experience we've attracted into our life because we're experiencing it. No one else is. So the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, whatever, the magic, the luck, everything we're attracting into our life. And so if there are things that we're attracting into our life that are not working for us, then we can clear it according to Ho'oponopono, and I firmly believe it. And so I Ho'oponopono all the time, and it's very simple. It's a four phrase, and I've done a meditation with it that you can meditate to, and it's I love you, thank you, please forgive me, and thank you, please forgive me, I'm sorry, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And so it's a really good technique for clearing, and it just helps bring you back to center. And so if you have a row with someone, or your things are not going the way you want to, you keep kind of talking self-doubt, you keep giving yourself a hard time, or you're just feeling grumpy or miserable, or things are happening in your life that you don't want, start Ho'oponoponing. It really works. As I say, I've done a previous podcast on it, I think, and there's meditations to it, but I would look that up as well, Ho'oponopono. So yeah, all these techniques are there to help us to live a life that we were born to live. But also, I think really, really important with all of these techniques is that it helps to align us and bring us back home to ourselves and to center. Now, whether that is to help our frequencies and our vibration get finer so that we can recognize the magic and the flow of life, or whether it's that we attract what we want to attract. So if it's pre-happened, the more we're finer, the more our frequencies are higher, we're going to be able to listen out for those like little breadcrumbs, magic, the signs. Or if it is all down to us for manifesting what we like, then it's just going to be clearing, and we're going to be refining our vibration and just tuning into a high frequency. So whatever, it's all a massive win-win if we apply those principles of the law of attraction. So what are the principles of the law of attraction? So yes, obviously it's about thinking about what we want to create in our life, and it's about the energy of the universe is very magnetic, so it wants to bring to us what we want. That's for our highest good. So sometimes our minds don't know what's for its highest good. It might want something from a conditioned, from a program, from something that's not really going to serve our highest good. So my Red Mazda, my Audi TTT wasn't meant to have it, and so it wasn't obviously for my highest good, so let it go as quick as anything. So it's thinking about what you want to attract in your life, higher perspectives. You can always ask for what you want or something even greater. And then we need to let it go as fast as we've said we want it. We let it go. If you notice those things that you want to create in your life, the faster you let go of them, the quicker they come in. So we have to let go of them. So we think them, we let go of them. We also do another step in there, and that is to visualize how our life would be if we had that thing that we want to desire. So we think it through. We see it really clearly, and we get a picture of it. We see ourselves. How are we talking? Who are we talking to? What's happening in life, and we see it in our mind as though it's already happened, and we do that, and we spend time on that. And you can create a vision board, you can do whatever, do lots of color, but literally visualize it, and then bring in the feeling. How do you want to feel? Now this is really critical, because if you felt that feeling right now, you're on the vibration of the thing that you want. But don't forget, for your highest good. It's very, very important. So think about how you want to feel. So when I was wanting a house once, I sold my house. I didn't have anywhere to live, and I needed to find a house, and I was really struggling. And a friend said to me, "Think about the essence. You're doing it all wrong, Carolina. You're doing it practically, but think about the essence you want." I wanted somewhere safe. I wanted for the children. I wanted somewhere in nature. I wanted to hear the birds sing and everything else. So I focused on those essence, and then within a couple of days, the perfect house came along. So come from feeling. So you're thinking about it, you're going to let it go, you're not going to have attachment to it, you're going to visualize, you're going to feel, and you're going to trust that this or something even better is going to come your way. And then you're just going to go about your day, and you're just going to be then just in the flow. So if you're drawn to go to certain places, go to them. If we have to get into inspired action. So it's not just a question of sitting down, it's about following what I call the breadcrumbs. It's following the magic, it's following the flow, so that you can then be in the right place at the right time. Now, you will have been in the right place at the right time all throughout your life, because you're here and you're okay and you're watching this video, and you're alive, yay. And many things will have happened, but it will have all got you to where you need to be right now. And that is a good place, because we're not our past, we're not our future, we are the now. So everything can change on a coin. It literally can change. So inspired action is great. So it's not mind, it's inspiration. It's certain random things that happen without you even thinking about them, and following what I call the magic. So follow the magic, follow the flow of the universe. That's all what the magic is. When I talk about magic in my Living a Life of Magic online course or on any of my videos, it's about following the flow. It's letting go, and it's surrendering, and it's following the path. It's following the magic. And the win out of doing all of this is that you get to know you even more. That's what I found on my journey, is that I've learned so much about myself. I love myself so much. Not from an ego point of view, but just from who I am at my core. I love the energy and our souls and our spirits that are untouched by anything. And I love the magic of the universe, and I love how it all works, and how, look at the magic of the seasons, look at them. It's in nature. Look at the magic of the trees and what it knows to do, and the blossoms and the birds. It's all there for us. We just need to get out of the way of our minds. Now, our minds are very powerful. It can really help with the law of attraction, but once we start clearing our programs and our conditions, we are then getting into that beautiful vibration of consciousness itself, and that's where the magic happens. It really does. And so my husband and I have attracted so much into our life. We're living the life of our dreams. We're living in our dream home. We're traveling. We've got our dream car. We've got an amazing business that we love every day, and it's joy. We live in a home that feels like a holiday every day. We have so much, and we're so hugely grateful, because that's another part of law of attraction, is about being grateful. Now, I'm not telling you all of this because I'm boasting, because I'm not, because I've had to work hard for every single thing that I've done. I've had to put the hard work in. I've had to follow and do things from my conditioning and from my programming, and fall down. I remember once just like being in a very dark place in my life, and I've just crawled my way out of it, and I've worked really hard on myself. And I really think for law of attraction, it is about working on yourself, but I think it can be done so much easier than I did. And that's why I created the Living a Life of Magic course, to help people to do it much faster. Because I believe if we meditate every day, if we stop believing what our mind is telling us and find an alternative, especially when if it's negative or is disempowering, there is always an alternative, and you can change your vibration and your frequency by coming back within here and working on that energy within you. And then we can then we'll feel more aligned, more happier, more calm. We'll be able to attract more, and we'll be able to follow the magic. There's so much magic around, and I really believe the law of attraction principles, you know, let's apply them. There's so much knowledge out there and everyone is talking about it. So find your own rhythm, find your own way, and you will be attracting whatever you want in your life. And now, even now, what do I do as far as, having done this for 20 odd years? What would be my one thing to say to you that I do now? And that is, I trust in the magic now. I don't believe, and I'm just checking in with myself, I now give over my day to my higher self. And every morning I will say, what would you have me do? Where would you have me go? And what would you have me say? I feel truly blessed and truly grateful for my life. And it's great to be able to share my thinkings and how I've tripped up and what's worked for me on here. And I just really doing it from the heart, from no other place than from my heart. And I'm really enjoying it. So do check out my Instagram, my social media, TikTok. Do subscribe, because I just feel like I keep working on myself, and that's all that matters, is for me to keep working on myself. By just doing that, if then there is a win for someone else, for me working on myself, then that's a win, isn't it? And I think the law of attraction principles are amazing. But I also believe that you know what's right for you. In your heart of hearts, you know what's right for you. And as we're attracting and manifesting all day long, every day, then why not manifest and attract the things that you do want for your life? Why not come back into that beautiful divine consciousness that we are and attract from that place? Because when we attract from fear or lack, we just get more of that show up. But when we manifest and attract from love, more of that will show up. It has to.